Just 2 weeks ago, I released a video unboxing my PlayStation 5, and I was a happier man back then. 2 weeks later, I'm pretty pissed off, and here are my reasons why. I have not streamed in almost 2 weeks because of the PlayStation 5. They've literally made it impossible. I cannot figure out a workaround to figure out what my issues are. These headphones right here, Astro 840s, $250 retail price. Tournament ready. These things are badass. And I cannot use them on the PS5 because Sony decided that the optical port, it's obsolete. They don't need it anymore. And I can't use these things now. So what are my options now? A, I can go on party chat, but then I can only play with PlayStation people. B, I can use game chat, but my mix amp won't work. So if my game audio is too loud, go fuck yourself. Or number C, go fuck yourself again and go buy a new headset, because you can't use these shits. Now don't get me wrong, do they work? Yes. But you need to hook them up to your PC, you need to upgrade the firmware. But if you stream, you need the chat link cable. You need the Astro HDMI adapter. You need 2 extra HDMI cables. You're looking at a lot more money spending just to use your fucking headphones. I bought all these extra cables and the shit still doesn't work. Still, on Streamlabs, I cannot hear my fucking voice. I've reached out to Astro, I've reached out to Elgato, and I've reached out to Streamlabs. And I don't know if they're all fucking idiots over there, but nobody seems to know what the fuck to do about it. And before you Xbox people start talking shit like, well, shouldn't have bought a PlayStation. The Xbox Series X doesn't have an optical port either. So you guys are going to have the same fucking issue if you have an Astro or a Turtle Beach. Good luck. I'm not even going to bullshit you. This was almost a PlayStation reboxing video. I almost put this shit back in the box to return it. But anyway, let's woosah for a second. Okay. Issue number 2. Yeah, that was just issue number 1. There is a massive download bug on PlayStation 5, and this system has been out for almost 3 weeks and it has not been acknowledged yet. What exactly is the download bug? You know those games that you paid on PS4, you paid a few extra dollars to be able to just upgrade it to PS5 when PS5 comes out? Those games are having issues where you try to download the PS5 version and it just says cannot install. No reasoning, no fix, no nothing. Apparently the only fix is if you rebuild the database, which means starting over from scratch, which I'm not gonna fucking do. So most people are having this issue with NBA 2K21, with Call of Duty Cold War. Luckily my issue is with Grand Theft Auto 5. Still a game I'd like to play, but it's not the end of the world. But let's patch it, PlayStation. Hello? Issue number 3. Let's talk about that solid state drive, shall we? The one that PlayStation was talking about for so long, remember? Remember that same SSD that Sony was talking about was going to give you ultra lightning speed loading times? Remember that? And I'll be honest, that shit is fast. I love the loading times. It's great. But guess what? It's only 825 gigabytes. So you Call of Duty people, yeah, you're not going to have much fucking space. Here's the kicker. I threw a punch. Fuck you. 260.7 gigabytes goes to system storage or whatever the fuck. So really you're only getting a 600 gigabyte SSD.
But wait! There's more! Hang on to your seat, baby! Cause this one's a screamer!
So I know you're asking, Ronan, caress me. Anyway, I know you're asking, Ronan, can I just put my PS5 games on the external hard drive? No! No, you can't. You can't. Because the PS5 games need to be on the SSD in order to have those ultra-fast loading times. Ain't that cool? I have 115 gigs of NBA 2K, 23 gigs of Fortnite, 157 gigs of Cold War on my PlayStation 5, and I'm full. That's it. Can't add any more. Now, there actually is an expansion slot inside the PlayStation 5 where you can add more space to the SSD. But it's not available at launch, and it probably won't be available for a few months. So if I wanted to go and try out Cyberpunk 2077, which is finally coming out soon, I need to delete my games. I only have 3 fucking games. That's it. Do you guys see my frustration yet? Do you see it? Last but not least, I have a lot to say about this, but I'm going to try to keep it short. And the best 2 words I can think of for this fucking thing is it is a beautiful disaster. Let me explain. The pad, cool. The lights, cute. The buttons, mad cute. The grip on the back, excellent. There's a mute button at the bottom. Awesome. Firing weapons feels incredibly authentic. When you pull, let's say you got a sniper in your hand and you pull this, you're going to feel resistance. It's not going to be an easy click. It's not going to be easy. Unless you're shooting something that is an easy click, like a pistol or an SMG. But you shoot a heavy sniper, you're going to have to really pull on it. You're going to feel the recoil. You're going to feel it all in your hands. Pause. Playing a game like NBA 2K, let's say you're in the post, you're trying to back up on somebody. Pause yet again. You're going to feel them pushing back on you. You're going to feel a very strong rumble in this shit. But what will he bitch about next? It's not a bitch. This is me helping you out. Turn all that shit off. Because it's just going to throw off your game. If you're playing a competitive game like Cold War or Modern Warfare or something like that, or Warzone, you are not going to want this shit vibrating in your hands. You're going to be like, yo, you're not going to want that fucking feature. You're not going to want resistance when you're shooting. You're not going to want resistance when you're doing this and that, trying to shoot a three-pointer. You're not going to want that type of resistance. It's just going to throw off your game. Now, would it be a cool feature if you're playing The Last of Us or Tomb Raider or something, a solo game, where it doesn't really matter if you die? Absolutely. I can't wait to play a game where you're pulling a fucking bow and arrow. I had to do it stupidly because of my mic being in the way. When you're pulling a bow and arrow and you feel that resistance, I can't wait to try that out on this controller. But if you're playing a competitive game, like Battle Royale or something like that, you gotta turn that shit off, man. It takes away from your own skill. And that's why I call this shit a beautiful disaster. It's beautiful. It's probably the greatest controller I've ever seen. And I really like the Xbox 360 controller. I think that was one of the best controllers ever. But this, it's incredible. It is a masterpiece. It's a great fucking controller. But you shouldn't be using the functionality of it because it's just going to throw you off and get you killed. Anyway, I just decided to drop a few reasons why I'm having a tough time with this PlayStation 5. I was going to rebox it and return it. But I've put in too much work on NBA 2K. I've put in too much work on this. And who knows if I'll ever stream again because of this fucking problem I'm having. But I'm going to keep it for now. And just deal with it. I hope I gave you some insight on what is good and bad about the PlayStation 5. I know I didn't say much good. The graphics are great. The loading times are great. But there's a lot of bad. So guys, I know you guys all want one. Maybe you should wait. Maybe it's right to wait a little. Because I kind of regret my purchase. Sorry. PlayStation, get it together.